When a film has such epic lines like "Put the Barney back in the box," you know you're in for a dumb, fun adventure. So, yippee-ki-yay, but wait a minute, that's the wrong film. Oh, forget about that. Let's just go. Hello YouTube, Ash here and welcome to today's episode of Special Talks. On today's episode I will be doing another retro movie review, and this time I will be reviewing Con Air. So this film released in 1997. I was actually 17 and actually saw this film in the cinema. Yeah, I know, who cares? Stars Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, Joe Malkovich, and is directed by Simon West. Also co-stars Vig Rhames, Danny Trejo, and lots of other people who are famous, but I can't remember their name. So without further ado, welcome to Con Air. So the plot of the film revolves around Nicolas Cage's character, who's an army ranger. He just retired and he goes home to be with his wife, his high school sweetheart. However, on his first night home, he gets into a barroom fight and ends up killing someone. The judge goes heavy on him because he's an army ranger. You know, he gives him the maximum sentence, which is 8 years in prison. So he's basically spent these 8 years in prison. During that time, his wife's had a baby and his little girl's grown up because she was pregnant before he left. So on the day where he's finally being released, he has to get home, but he's on an airplane transfer with the worst of the worst. You know, they're opening a new prison, so they get all the worst convicts and put them in this plane to take them to the new prison. And obviously the prisoners take the plane, and now he, being the stand-up guy that he is, he wants to save the guards, he wants to save his best friend, so he's going to stay on the plane and save the day. So what did I like about the film? First up, I loved the cast. The cast was excellent and they all did a brilliant job. Even the supporting actors like Danny Trejo and Vig Rhames, they all did a great performance, and especially the leading, you know, John Malkovich does an excellent performance as the psycho Cyrus the Virus. You know, he is so nasty and so psychotic. You know, he just shoots people in the face. You know, he doesn't care. He will kill anyone to get what he wants, which is the freedom. And yeah, he's just a really nasty piece of work. And he chews the scenery, John Malkovich. He really owns it as the villain. And also John Cusack does an excellent performance as the US Marshal who's responsible for the plane. You know, we don't see Cusack in many action films, but he was really good in this one. You know, he had some good one-liners, had some funny bits, had some good action bits as well. Yeah, and it was, as I said, everyone did a good performance. And of course we have to talk about Nicolas Cage. So as I said, this film was released in the 90s, and in the 90s Nick Cage was a superstar action hero. You know, he had The Rock, he had Face Off, he had Con Air, you know, so he was the go-to guy for action. Even if his accent was a little silly, but it helped the film. And that leads into point 2. The film is silly, but silly fun. It knows how ridiculous the plot is and just has fun with it. It embraces the silliness, and that's what makes the film so fun to watch. You know, the action is over the top but fun. The comedy is over the top but fun, and they mix the two together. You know, it's not like something that the action is super serious and then the humor is super silly and they don't match. This is everything. The action is super wacky, the comedy is super wacky, and it's a match made in heaven. And you can see that the actors are all having fun with their roles, and it makes you have fun with the film. And not only are the action scenes fun, they're really, really good. There's this one scene at the end, you know, Poe's friend is dying and he's saying, "I don't believe in God," and he says to him like this, "I'm gonna show you there is a God." And he just goes batshit crazy, taking everyone out. He gets shot, he doesn't even notice, and he's just, wow, a really heroic Nicolas Cage action scene, which is, you know, you get really pumped. Wow, do that! I'm gonna show you there is a God. And also the film has lots of one-liners, as I said. You know, "I'm gonna show you there is a God." You know, there's another line where he's talking with Joe Cusack and he says, "What you gonna do?" And he says, "What you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save the fucking day." And there's other things like the bunny joke. "Why didn't you put the bunny back in the box?" So lots of excellent one-liners which really pump up the film. And I also have to mention the music in this film, which is really fantastic. The score is really cool. You know, it helps lift the action scenes. It really gets you pumped. And not only the score, even the song by Trisha Yearwood, "How Do I Live?" How do I get through all life without you? If I had to live without you, what kind of life would that be? Oh my, I need you in my arms, I need you close. is used fantastically. It really hits you when it's played. So now let's get to what I didn't like about the film, or the cons of the film. Get it? Cons of the film. Get it? So the first thing would be the plot. The plot is super simple and super silly. The silly thing we've talked about, which is good. However, it is really simple. Even films like The Rock or Face Off had a kind of crazy, weird, complicated plot. This is just simple, an A to B to C plot, which, you know, you've seen a million times. And the second thing is the effects. They are really not that good. Now, it could be because I just saw the film yesterday, so maybe when I saw it 17 years ago I didn't notice, but seeing it now, they do not hold up. They are really, really bad. There's this one scene when the airplane lands in Vegas. It's terrible. The CGI is really, really terrible. So in conclusion, I will give Con Air a 4.5 out of a 5. Despite its simple plot, the film is just fun. It's what modern action films should aim to be. You know, it has everything. It has lovable characters, great action, really, really good comedy, all in one package, which makes for a great movie. You know, a really enjoyable classic action 90s movie. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments which is your favorite 90s action movie. I've got a few others besides Con Air, so let me know. Let's talk about it. So I've been Ash. If you want to follow me on social media, please do. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, so follow away. And if you want to see more of my videos, please click that subscribe button and tick the notification bell. I do want to do videos every week, and that's it. Bye bye.